Fluffy the Destroyer, and welcome to my channel. And yes, we're going to look at the Steam OS. The Steam machine exactly, not the Steam OS. I heard a couple of news and like a couple of articles regarding the Steam machine, and I did look at it. It's going to come out in November 2015, like you can see right here. And why I'm talking about it is this. It looks like, without them saying it directly, sounds like they want to compete with everyone. Not only other companies like Lenovo and all, but I think that they want to compete against PS4. I mean, it would make a lot of sense. All of their games in one machine using USB and probably other types of hardware. Connectors, so you can use all kinds of controllers. Like, face it, today you can use an Xbox 360 controller on a USB, so that would make it really awesome. And you just plug in a keyboard and mouse, and there you go. You have it. A lot of them are using wireless as well, so you can plug it anywhere. And with a HDMI connector, I don't think you can see that from this one here. But you'll be able to see, but you'll be able to connect it using like an HDMI. So connect it to your TV in the living room, and it's really possible. So yeah, I think they want to go there. Like you can see here, 1080p HD on your television. But first things first. The thing is, if I'm a console user, I'm gonna look at this. Like, some of the prices are really good, but the design, I have to be honest. So before I continue, I'm just gonna say that I'm a PC technician. I've been playing with computers for, wow, since I was 15 or something, a really long time ago. And I hate the designs. They look good, they're pleasing to the eyes, but from an experienced gamer and from an experienced person who built gaming computers, I do not recommend this. One thing for sure that I know, and this is like an example, live example. My wife bought a computer without my consent, like I wasn't there, and she bought a really bad computer. It's like those computers that you see there, really compact design, really small, and because of that, I think it's because of the heat and the way the pieces are all built together. It really doesn't last long. Mostly because of the ventilation, the heat distribution in there. It's badly designed. It's not supposed to be that small. If you're gonna game in with a computer, even though it's a good alternative, especially if you look at the price and what it contains, with the space that it can use, I would be really interested, but it's not, because I don't like it. Like for this one here, there's a space in the back here, there's another space in the back here, and what else do we have? Probably the space for the for the heat to go away from the computer. Yeah, probably the other side as well, like on two sides. I don't like this at all. This is way too compact. If there's a lot of heat, because, I mean, I'm a gamer. If I'm going to play a game, it's going to be for a couple of hours straight. There's going to be a lot of heat. Like, if you look at, like, I can tell you that if your CPU is an i5 or i7, including a really strong GPU, like in a GTX, probably 700, 800, and really depends on the type of memory, because if you're using DDR3, the voltage can be really high at certain points. It really depends on your hardware that you have. But there's another type of memory called DDR3L. It uses a lower voltage setting, so it like the heat, it builds up less. You're gonna get less heat, but it's still heat. I mean, it's a very small box compared to the box that I have in my home, or I don't know, like, can I say regular PC gamers, I guess, I'm not sure, because mine is like a mid tower, not super tower, but not close, like it's not far from it. And some of those designs, like this one here, except for the space on top, I absolutely have, this is not something that I like. Like, this is very small, holy this is really small. Like heat dispersion there, I say heat dispersion, but where the ventilation, where the air can come out and probably come in as well, There's not a whole lot of places that has that. This one is the worst, I think. Personally, that's what I think. 459 as well. It's the cheapest, and if you look at it, what does it have? Athlon X4, so yeah, quad core. R7 250X, that's really good as well. 4 gigs, up to 8 gigabytes. Up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, 500 for the storage, up to 1 terabyte. Let's look at the main drift. This one I like. It doesn't look too compact. You got a lot of space on the side here for the air, for the heat dispersion, just to go away. But beside that place, I don't know. I don't like that. There has to be 2 or 3 sides where the heat can go away, like spaces where you can see the air come out and come in. To me, that's really good. Intel Core 4790 with a GTX 980. It's very good. Some of them are really good, and lots of RAM, lots of storage, lots of power for the graphics. Liquid cooling, which means you'll probably be able to overclock it, I believe. Which I do not do. I personally don't believe in that. I don't like overclocking, but hey, I don't like it. I like to use my parts to the maximum. If I can get 10 years out of it because I don't overclock, I'll probably get 12, I guess, I believe. But then again, it really depends, like on your home, on the type of air you got in your home, what's the heat, what's the air quality, and so on and so on. Look at the design. Some of them are really good, like the cube spaced type of case design is getting a bit more popular, and I have to agree with that. You get a lot more parts, like not parts but places you can do that. And another thing, if you get the design of the box, which I completely hate, like at all, I really don't like it. There's the fact as well that like the parts, I did use consoles before. The last one I got was a PlayStation 2. I still have my Nintendo Wii, so that was a long time ago. If I was like a console user, I'm not gonna dumb them down, but let's face it, if you used consoles all your life, I'm gonna tell you, well, what do you want? i7, i5, i3? What about the GPU? Do you want the NVIDIA GTX 980? Do you want something like an ATI R7 250? How about a R9 get one? Like, what do you want? DDR3? Do you want a gigabyte of RAM? Do you want 16 gigabytes? Do you want DDR3L? I'm just, like, myself, there's way too much choices. I feel lost myself. I'm a PC gamer. To me, this looks way too complicated. Like, there's 15 of them on the list here. And not only that, it goes from an i3 to, well, from an i3 or a quad-core AMD CPU with the graphics card. There's all kinds of them. All kinds of memories with lots of, like, memory options. Storage, it's the same freaking thing. SSD, hard drive. I'm fucking lost in here. I don't like that. There's one thing that console gamers that I know, and I liked it before, was because I was using a console before. What I liked it was the simplicity. This is not simple. The business model or I don't know what they're trying to do. This is not really simple. They got a lot of time to work on it. November 2015. I hope they're going to work on the feedback they're going to get, because they should get feedback regarding this. Number one, too much choices. Number two, because there's too much choices, there's way too many parts in there that it looks complicating. I'm not going to try to dumb down the console gamers, but if I looked at the parts, I would say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stay with a PS4. That's what I would personally do. Nothing incites me to say, you know what? I'm gonna go with this, a Steam machine. Not only that, I saw a couple of parts, like a couple of screenshots of the Steam OS. By definition, I know that they're gonna use Linux Debian, but I'm not sure if it's going to be really complicated. It shouldn't be complicated, because usually with PC gamers, what you're trying to do is, well, what you have to do is you look at the game, you install the game, then there might be some driver updates, there might be some OS update as well. It can become complicated, but with time and with help, it's really, really simple. It's not that complicated, I would tell you, but that really depends from another person to another. Some people just don't like to play with the OS or the driver updates and all. We have to do that. We're PC gamers. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to live with that. Because of what? To get more graphics performance, to get more choice out of my games, to get more out of everything. Doesn't mean it's better, no, I just like it. I personally believe that PC gamers, like the PC, the personal computer, the PC, is way better than a console. But we have our flaws. PCs have a flaw. It's complicated. Like it or hate it, it is complicated. It's not simple. Having a console is way more simple today. You put in the CD, you sit on your couch, and you play. That's what console gamers like. I believe that, and I really like that as well. I can do it with my machine, but I'm a PC technician. If something happens to it, like, I don't know, if the game crashes, I'll be able to know what to do with it. Would a person that has SteamOS will be able to do that? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's very possible, because what I've seen is that you have the SteamOS update, and from what I got, you got nothing else to worry about. You install the game from the SteamOS, and that's it. You got a lot of hard drive as well, so the complicating software part seems to be taken out, or seems to be simplified. But I haven't played with the SteamOS, so don't take my word on it. I'm only going to tell you by experience. If you got a PC like this or something else, it could become more complex than a console. There's also the fact for the games. We have a lot of, well, on PC I mean, compared to console, we have a lot of games. From the indie to the whole software here. Like if you look at the list, there's a whole lot of them that I can play. From indies to really obscure type of games to any type of games that are on the internet. And gee, well, this one is on Steam, but if I look at this one here, for example, I think it's on Steam, but yeah, Space Engineer. There's one of my buddies from my group NC10 that has, I would say, like a server. It's a dedicated server, and because of that dedicated server, we can play on the game. There's a lot of others too. Like if I look on Steam and I search for, let's see, I don't know, FTL for example. This is a really fun indie game. It's really cheap, $5. But what if you don't like that game? Because I know that on console, if you take the game on console, you don't like it, you just return it. And I have to admit, sometimes in some stores today, they won't take the game. If you open it, you're stuck, you're screwed, you're fucked up. That's it. But for a game like this, because it's a digital download, the games that I have here, let's say I don't like Hammerwatch, I'm stuck with it. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but what if I played, well, what if I bought, like, I remembered paying this one $30. What if I don't like it? I can't exchange it, I can't return it, I can't do a freaking thing about it. But for console users, they have a chance to return it, or they have a chance to transfer it or give it to a friend or sell it to a friend. With this, you're not able to do that. This is something that Steam will have to fix or try to find a solution. Because having a console today, that's a really big thing. It's really something that they have to look at. They got until November 2015. It's not like it's not far away, but there's also the fact for the controller and all the hardware. On console, I know that you can have a lot of hardware. Like there's the regular hardware, like not this, but it looks something like this, like the Xbox 360. But I have it as well here. It's wireless, and I can play on my computer with it. It's possible to do that. But what if you like the PlayStation 4 controller? I don't know about that. I can have the joystick and I have the racing wheel. The racing wheel I think you can have on the console. But for the joystick, I'm not really sure. You can use a gamepad as well, but your choice. If anything plugs on a USB, PC can have it. For console, I'm not really sure. The OS has to detect it, but nowadays I'm not really sure about that. I don't have an Xbox, like an Xbox One or a PS4, so it's really hard to do. But this, it looks very different. I don't know. All I can say is this: the Steam hardware, the Steam machines are very, very, very. I don't like them. Would I recommend it? Hard to say, because right now, if I look at it as a console gamer, I would go away. I wouldn't feel like I need to buy something from this. And to be honest, like really, really honest, let's say that you want to play Skyrim. I really don't even know where I'm going to start with you, because right now, if I go on the page of Skyrim, I would have to do this. Let's go for the requirements. Dual core, 2 gigabyte. Well, okay, let's go for the recommended. Quad core Intel or AMD, 4 gigabytes. For the video card, I would need GTX 260 or ATI Radeon 4890. I want the best. This is not good, first of all. Even if it says 4 gigabytes, that's for the game itself. But I don't know, man. I'll be honest, I don't know. So many choices. I don't even know where to begin. I would have to do work. And personally, I would go with 2 machines. Something that costs 500 or 600, and another one beyond 1,000, probably like 2,000 or something. And I would go with a list of games linked to the machine. Like, this would be a machine that you can run X game and X game and Y game. And the other machine, because of the... This is very limited, by the way. And because of the machine, something I don't know, like $1,000, you would be able to run it like something more powerful game. Or I would attach a list of games that is recommended to the machine. That's what I would do. And I would put more emphasis not on the machine itself, but I would put more emphasis on the OS and the games itself. On, like, this is a machine, but here's how you can do it. Because right now I got the machine, I got the links, I got the images, but that's it. I don't like it. It's not something that Steam will be able to sell me. I don't like it at all. I don't know what to say, man. I don't like it. Like, holy, what? Really? So the Alien Steam machine, there's got 4 versions. Try to tell that to a console user. You got 4 choices: i3, i5, or i7. There's, I don't know, man. There's a couple. There's one of them that has 4 gigabytes. There's another one that has 8 gigabytes. And what the hell's the difference? Oh, yeah, the processor. The guy will just, like, I don't know. He's going to have a brain fart. I'm having a brain fart just looking at this. I don't know. They got a lot of work to do. So, what are your comments on that? Just rate, subscribe, and comment. I'd like to hear about this, because it's a good idea. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good idea. I love it. Especially with Linux. Linux is not known for games. But if Steam can do that, maybe it's going to put more people on Steam, on PC gaming. I personally believe it's better. That's me. Because it has a lot more to offer. The PC has a lot more to offer than consoles. The only thing with consoles is that each game must go through Microsoft or Sony, and they have a set of rules, a set of regulations. If you don't follow them, they're going to say, fuck you, you're not going to go on our system. So I feel it has to be AAA, but now because of their own store, that might change. We've seen it with a couple of games, which I can't remember, but there's one that looks like little idiots, look like little character idiots here, and they got their dicks that going around in circles and whatever. I don't know the name. You probably know it, and I'm not me, but hey, just comment on the Steam machine here. Anyways, my name's Fluffy the Destroyer, and I'll see you next time. See you later.